Okay guys, it's finally here. This is what you have been all waiting for. This will be part one of many showing the full Mount Massive Asylum layout. And let's get into it because you can't really see anything from this angle. I'm just showing the entire thing. So this is the first floor, the main floor of Mount Massive Asylum. And what's interesting is that actually when I show you the second floor, it's actually much larger than the first floor, but that's because the back of the asylum is actually raised. And you'll understand what I mean when I show you that, but for right now, here's what we got. We have the administration block. And yeah, it's pretty simple really. There's not really a lot going on here. You have the main doors, which is right there. Much of the rooms here are numbered, so A100, A103, A105. So there is a main staircase over here, which is the only staircase the administration block has. Question marks are rooms that I don't know what they look like, but so yeah, they're locked or they're barricaded. And restrooms are here. The S stands for sink. So sink and toilets, so that's a restroom. The black parts are columns, or pillars. And then elevators are a square with an X going through it, so you can see elevator right there. Windows are those little things. Stairs are just lines with either up or down. And doors are the lines with the curve. So yeah, in the back of the administration block is the movie theater. So I got that. It's actually 2 floors tall. And yeah, on the first floor of the administration block, what you do is in Outlast, Miles has to find a key card so he can access the security room. And the key card is an A118. And A115 is those guys that are sitting on the couch and watching TV. What else? Yeah, and the security room was where you try to open the doors. And yes, so on the left of the administration block, or it's actually before I show you, there's the front area. This is the outside section. There's a few courtyard areas, and this is where Miles parks his car, and then there's the road that he went on to get to the asylum. So on the left there's this hallway which leads to the male ward, and the male ward is kind of interesting here. So this is the actual main entrance, which can be accessed from the courtyard. There's another main staircase with an elevator, and then there's 4 smaller ones. So this is the entrance from the administration block. There's an office, there's this hallway, which at the end of it, you meet Father Martin, actually. So, you go down the staircase after defeating Traeger, you meet Father Martin. And this area is where you're chased by Chris Walker because you have to turn on 2 valves, you can see them right there. So you can turn on the sprinklers to extinguish the fire that's in a cafeteria. So yeah, you have the baths. There's some offices over here on the first floor. There's a laundry room, which is where one of the valves is. There's this locker room, which is for the employees. And that's the cafeteria, which is connected to the kitchen. So yeah, that's the mail ward. And on the right side is down another hallway is the female ward, which is basically a mirror image of the male ward. You have the cafeteria, but really no kitchen here. There's only these galley areas and pantry areas. There's more offices. And the laundry room is behind the staircase instead of in the male ward. The locker room was behind it. So the locker room is smaller in the female ward. Yeah. And there's also a classroom because it has a chalkboard, so my guess was it's a classroom of some kind. And it has the same entrance, main staircase, and 4 smaller staircases. And then here's a courtyard, which takes up quite a bit of space. It's pretty large, and it is in the middle of the asylum, so this again is where, you know, not really a lot happens here. Also in the female ward, you're kind of just walking around. But what happens here in the courtyard, you have to get a key, which is in the shed, and you open the door for this other large shed here. See, I got some details like benches, and the center right there is a fountain. And there's a large staircase which takes you to a higher portion of the courtyard. There's a raised section. And yeah, so back here is the prison block, which down here is only some solitary confinement cells, which is the lower portion. On the second floor there's some more, which is, one of them is what you wake up in. So yeah, not really a lot going on down here. On the other side you have the drawing ground, which is in Whistleblower. This is where you turn on the power. You have that switch and you go down, and right there is a switch which you turn on the power. You actually have to turn that twice because some idiot turns it back on. And yeah, in that hallway right there with the door is where you see that guy doing his thing, if you know what I mean. And yeah, and that section right there is the water. If you remember, you have to go down in some water. So that's, and then you climb a ladder back up. For the vocational block, the only thing that's really down here is an elevator. So yeah. And that's that. You'll see more of it on the second floor because, like I said, the back part of the asylum is raised. It's kind of like on a hill, really. So for the recreation area, there's just this little sewer section of some kind. I don't really know what it is, but that's that. And there's some stairs. There's a lower portion of it. And there's this other area which is right across from the hospital, which is another whistleblower section, and that's right next to the female ward. So that's pretty much it for the first floor. There's not really a lot down here, like I said. The second and third floors are actually really huge, and you'll see that later, so it's going to get a little bit more exciting as we go by. I don't know how I really want to do this. I mean, I'm just showing you the map, showing you some interesting stuff, and telling you what happens in those sections. So hopefully I'm doing a good job. Hopefully you understand everything, and yeah, so that's it. Okay guys, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.